Well, Tianna, not too often you play 13 innings in softball, but you guys got it done 4-2. How'd you do it tonight?
I think just grit. We've been waiting for that. We played Monday night and we did not play competitively at all. So the whole goal today was just to compete every single pitch. And I feel like you could see that in the 13 innings that we played. They competed every single pitch. That was all we were focused on. And then the results come when you do that. So.
Mm-hmm. Certainly a lot of moments in this game to talk about, but the big one being Aubrey's big solo home run there in the top of the 13th inning. Then Eva ultimately scores on an error a few pitches later. But just tell me about that 13th inning, especially with Aubrey getting on the board with that home run.
I've been waiting for that from her all year long. So she came through big. I'm so happy that she did, because that's going to do wonders for her. Mentally, it's such a hard sport. How much success you have is 3 out of 10. So, seeing her get that success after working so hard, huge. That going to be one of my favorite memories for a long time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you knew that Denver had a really solid pitcher out there with Jenna Collins. Held you guys to 2 runs for most of the game. What were you seeing out there at the plate out of your team? Knowing that it kind of took a while to get things going, but they ultimately did. At the end there.
Yeah, and I don't think they were having bad at bats. I just think that they weren't falling. We were barreling balls, but we were barreling them right to players. So just trusting that we keep doing the right things, that eventually they will fall. Unfortunately, it took us 13 innings for those to fall, but they stayed within themselves, which is huge. The minute you start pressing is when you see things kind of get out of control. So I was happy to see that they, stayed within themselves. They trusted that if they keep putting good swings on the ball, eventually they will land, and they certainly did. So.
Mm-hmm. And in those extra innings, you had a lot of tense situations there defensively. Denver had the bases loaded a couple different times, but you held them off. What were you seeing out of the defense out there, especially in those extras?
Well, I don't think you can ask for a better game pitched there from Faith. She did amazing. She did a great job of, one, she had 14 strikeouts, which I'm imagining might be close to a career high for her. And then just putting work in to get outs for her defense. That's something that we've also been focusing on, is playing clean defense, making sure that we're getting outs for her when she works so hard for us. And they looked like a million times better out on defense. They looked like they wanted balls. They were ready to go. I think that's one of our most clean games defensively, so I'm glad we kind of had all wheels spinning in that game for us.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but that's a pretty solid hitting team that Denver has, and there were not a lot of balls even hit to the outfield here tonight. So that's a pretty big feather in the hat for your defense, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's a huge testament for that game that Faith pitched. Her stuff was working today, so very proud of the work that she put in today.
Mm-hmm. And you move into first place, I believe, all by yourselves now in the NICL. Obviously, a lot of season to go, but this is something that I think has been a long time coming for this team, being able to really do some damage in this league.
Yeah, well, especially with the new format of one big conference. I was interested to see how we stacked up. I knew that they've had it in them. I've always known they've had it in them, so I'm just glad that we're seeing that. And I think they're becoming more confident in their abilities too, and I think that's just going to be huge for us. Winning those types of games, taking games from teams earlier that we got 10 run by last year. So I think now they see how capable they are.
All right, any final thoughts you want to share tonight?
I'm just super proud of those kids. They played great tonight. That's probably one of my favorite wins that I'll have in my career. So.